taken up to the Stetson Kennedy aura in his house, Beluthahatchee, over there in Switzerland, right?
Right.
Yeah. And Switzerland, Florida, way up in near St. Augustine. And I think they're trying to. What are they trying to do with it?
Well, we've been living. Sadie's from Bradenton originally, but we've been living in Jacksonville, and we sort of serendipitously visited Beluthahatchee, and I was working on a project called the Songwriter Residency Project, and they're like, "Oh, really? That's exactly what we wanted to do here at Beluthahatchee Park," and that was what the Stetson Kennedy Foundation wanted to do. So we're partnering with them to bring 4 songwriters next year to spend 1 to 2 weeks at Beluthahatchee Park in the house next door to where Stetson actually lived, and on the grounds where Woody Guthrie had written over 80 songs. Mm-hmm. So we're, we've got the St. Johns County approval, we got the Stetson Kennedy Foundation behind us, and right now we're just kind of getting the word out, accepting applications, and doing some fundraising for the project.
Fantastic. And you're a Woody Guthrie file, right?
I know millions of people have probably said the same thing, but when I found Woody, that's when I started writing songs, because I felt like if Woody could write a song, then I could write a song.
Well, okay. Well, you must know Mr. Ronnie Elliott here, because he's a star at the Woody Guthrie Festival every year in Okemah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
We're gonna apply for the Woody Fest this year, because we actually, Sadie and I were the first 2 back in October. We spent 2 weeks at Beluthahatchee, and we wrote a bunch of new songs that are going to be on our new album, and we're going to play some of them for you today.
Let's hear a song.
All right. This one's called Free Market Music.
Yeah, I wrote this song for all the hardworking musicians and the hardworking people. You know, for this year, Sadie and I have been lucky to squeak by as professional musicians, and if you are one, you know how hard it is to do that. So
yes.
Well, I have to prove myself every single day in a different town across the USA. Now once in a while I might get something free, but karma's too slow if the banks are counting on me. Now the traders on Wall Street, they have a divine plan. What's good for their investors ain't always good for man. So just pay the workers for the labor of our hands, 'cause now I'm speaking up for all of our demands. Free market music, you better not abuse it, 'cause some poor musician's suffering. Technology is great, but it ain't always good, so pay musicians what you should. Well, I've heard it all before from people in the know. Just sell a bunch of t-shirts or tickets to a show. Now if you had to live upon that income stream, I know you'd buy that tune, if you know what I mean. 'Cause I know what it's like to be homeless, I know what it's like to be poor. And if you want a world filled with music, then pay musicians what we're working for. Pay musicians what we're working for. Free market music, you better not abuse it, 'cause some poor musician's suffering. Well, gratitude is great, but it won't buy me food, so throw some dough in my boot.
Yeah.
and stuff like democracy. And maybe someday music can be free. But if we can't solve all this inequality, then just give the people what we need. 'Cause I can buy a home or pay my student loan. And if you want a healthy economy, then pay me something so that I can breathe. Pay me something so that I can breathe. Free market music, you better not abuse it, 'cause some poor musician's suffering. Technology is great, but it ain't always good, so pay musicians what you should.
There we go. Well,
All
that was
right.
very, very nice. What do you think, Gary?
I think that's great.
Thanks.
And so true, too. So, there's a lot
Ain't
of
it the
starving musicians out there. So if people want to apply to be one of those residents, how do they find out about it?
JacksonvilleSongwriter.org, and you can also find us on Facebook. And you can also go to the Stetson Kennedy Foundation website and message them as well.
Yes.
Okay, and did you get the name of that song, Pete?
No.
What was the name of that song?
That's called Free Market Music.
All right.
All right. Let me play a tune here real quick.